Hey, what's going on, everyone? And welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion. Thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. For our Time Traveler's Wife recap and review for episode 6, we're going to get into it as his wedding with Claire approaches. An increasingly stressed Henry finds unexpected solace in his estranged father. Tara, to be honest with you, that's the first time I read that synopsis, and it's kind of weird to me, but we're going to talk about it. Guys, it's me, B. Avery. It's Ty right here with Reviewz TV. How you doing, man?
I am good. How are
Well,
you?
I'm good. I'm good. We just did our recount for P Valley, and when I asked you how you was doing, you had much more enthusiasm than you did right here. So you may not be that excited to talk about this episode. We don't may not have to talk about it anymore. I think this is the season finale right here. Guys, we're gonna spoil it up, down, left, right, in and out as if you've already seen it, so you have been warned. And if you love what we have to say, you can follow both of us on social media handles on the screen. Her information is in the description box of this video. And like always, she is on my channel tab, second row, right there in the middle. And this is what her channel looks like. Let's all help her reach 1 billion subscribers. But Tyra, we had the last episode, and I really did like episode 1. I think I really liked episode 2, and things were they was going up, they was going down. There was some things that I liked about this show, some that I thought that was completely inappropriate and weird and just rubbed me the wrong way. Some characters I like Henry. I can't stand Ramos, not Ramos,
Gomez.
Gomez. I can't. God, he's so weird. This last episode, it was longer. This is the longest episode, but I have to say, if somebody were to ask me, Brandon, should I watch The Time Traveler's Wife? Would I recommend it? Yes and no. I will probably say no. I will probably say no. It's not a horrible show, but this last episode was really the icing on the cake. It was just kind of all over the place for me, at least. I like some of the ideas and the themes that they presented, but just the execution of it all just doesn't really grind my gears in a good way. You may feel different. You may change my mind when I hear you break it down. Your assessment of this episode. But let me know what you thought about this. I'm curious. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you somewhere in between? Let us know, ma'am.
I'm in between. This episode was exhausting.
Okay. Okay.
I was like, damn, because I had to catch myself because I was like, whatever, maybe next. I was like, oh, there is no next. This is literally it until, we maybe get another season. Like, it didn't leave me wanting more. I was a little over it, and I was just so disappointed because the show started, though weird, it started off so well and it was really intriguing. And it seems like once we got past like maybe episode 3 or 4, it just kind of started to go astray. And it's just like with this one, it's like in this type of show, how could you ever just have jump the shark ass moments? But there were moments here where I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah. One of the things that really bothered me is the aging of Henry. I thought they did a horrible job for that. I don't know what the budget was for this, but it was this was awful. This dude don't look 42 years old. Shit, he looks 62. I'm thinking to myself, what is I was really bothered by this. That was trash.
No, I legit watched that same part like at least 3 times because I thought my eyes were deceiving me, and maybe I didn't catch something in the moment. I was like, something has to be wrong here, or maybe they miscalculated, and maybe somebody made a mistake because Henry is clearly not 42 here.
Yeah, I mean,
we've
I
seen
mean,
him at 42, so we know
yeah,
that's not him. So I was
yeah.
like,
What are they? Yeah, that was
62,
awful. That was awful, awful. I didn't want to watch it anymore. I was like, God, this is a chore. I'm not trying to just throw out hyperbole and all that, but I mean we saw him at 41. He had shorter hair. this was trash.
No, remember he was George Clooney then, and he was still
Yeah,
giving George
yeah.
Clooney older, sexy man, and now we just have this where he looks like he's unwell. He's clearly like a whole lot older. It was like, did something drastic happen that I'm guessing we would get eventually later? Because this is definitely not the 42-year-old Henry that we know.
Yeah, and I don't know how long this video is going to be. It may be 10 minutes long. We may just not want to talk about it anymore. I'm just being honest with you. But it made it worse that we got this, and he's still grooming the 14-year-old.
Mm.
First of all, that is just, we already talked about how weird that is. Second, I just hate to see her face like this, so innocent,
Mm.
being consumed by this grown ass grandpa right here. That's just not. It's just giving. It's just rubbing me the wrong way. Anyway, y'all can let us know what you think about that. Something else that was weird to me is
Them shoes.
okay. I didn't even think of that, but I mean, it was so much. I forgot about it, to be honest with you. Why the F did he want his shoes no more? Like,
well, no, I
you talking about
remember
something
last
else?
time when we were trying to figure out them recording and who he was talking to. I believe we discussed Henry looking like he was in a wheelchair. And I feel like we saw a wheelchair throughout this episode a couple of times. So it was just like, well, no, I don't want any shoes. I can't actually walk anymore. And I'm thinking that has something to do with the injuries, or maybe something from him getting hurt or getting shot or whatever happens to transpire to hurt him. But I don't think he can walk anymore at that point.
Yeah, okay. I got you. Again, this is just, I'm thinking this right now. I think we spoke about this in episode 3 or 4. I can't remember, how they just throwing stuff at the wall, letting it stick. It was too much, because I still don't know. Like, we can jump around. These images are dark, so I may not even be able to pull them up. But this dude was teleporting his ass off at the end. I don't know if that was because he was stressed because of the wedding, or a combination with the super drug that he took, or I don't know. And another thing is, at the very beginning, I don't like the explanation of him saying that he does not like video. That just, it was interesting. I was wanting something to pop at the end, so I did not think they did a good job of that circling back around. And then, did he die, or was Claire just sad when we saw her in the future? Was she sad because he died, or was she sad because she couldn't get pregnant? And then, I'm jumping all around. I don't care.
Well,
Well, go ahead before I
the
skip.
video thing, I believe that tied into the situation with his dad and him being an alcoholic, and just, diving into that video, constantly missing the mom, which is why, hey, I'm not interested in the video aspect. And then I believe we saw one scene where he actually died, because he does admit in this episode, like, I don't make it all the way to the end. I do die. So, was it worth it in the whole marriage thing? But I think it was different times. Of course, when he dies, her and Gomez appear to be much older. And then when the miscarriages happen, of course, it's younger versions of them.
I don't buy that as far as the video part. I just don't. I don't like that explanation. This may sound a little weird, but I'm gonna ask you anyway, because this whole show has a lot to deal with death. Me personally, I really can't answer this question, because I haven't experienced someone close to me passing away in my life. Like, I just haven't experienced that. So Henry, a lot, he's able to go back in time travel and visit his dead parents. Of course, this is his mother, and the father was actually reminiscing, going back looking at the wedding tapes, all that. But he's able to do that. I'm just kind of curious, just randomly, if you had the ability to go back and visit somebody dead, would you want to do that? Or let's say, for instance, you couldn't, if somebody dies, do you think they should stay dead? Or if there's a way to bring them back to life, they should come back to life? Like, if we could bring Michael Jackson back, do you think we should bring him back, or he should stay dead? I know that's just kind of silly, but I'm curious.
I would definitely bring back MJ.
Okay.
I would definitely do it, and I would definitely take advantage of. I mean, why not? If you can, if it's available, a lot. It's just certain things you can't get back. So if I could go back and revisit someone, I probably would.
Yeah, that may seem kind of a dumb question. Somebody may, I'd be like, duh, Brandon, yes. I don't know. I was thinking about it. Father's Day is tomorrow. My one of my college friends. She, lost her father a couple of years ago. Like I think about she was like 7 or 8 months pregnant too. And I just saw her today. She just put on her story like, I wish I can call my dad and just say hello one more time, and so but that may be weird for some people, I don't know. I that's just, I was thinking about that when I was watching this episode, and so I wanted to ask you. It kind of has to do with it, but it doesn't.
It's the death and the grieving aspect of it also, because it's like, why tempt yourself in that way, going to revisit someone and getting your emotions and everything involved when that person is gone. So
Right. I got you. I will say this, and I just gave y'all a little sneak preview. I do like that they circle back around to him having sex with himself.
Lord.
And I have to ask, guys, if you're watching this, is that considered gay? If you can time travel back to yourself and have sex with yourself, I'm gonna say no. Now, I'm not saying that I would do what he did, and I'm not trying to sound. I'm because for one, it was hilarious. First of all, the dad walks in. He's distraught already because he's mourning his wife. Then he sees this. I like the reaction. First of all, he just left and he sat down like, okay, what the hell is going on? I know I didn't have twins. I know that there's no such thing as clones, but I am drunk right now. I am going through things. Let me just try to sit down and process this. Oh, my son's running to me. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I like the fact I don't give a damn if you're gay. I'm a musician. Everybody gay in my industry. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't shit. I like that right there. There's also some commentary that we can discuss, or people in the comment, just how adamant the son was. Let him know, like, I'm not gay, Dad. I'm not gay.
Yeah.
But like, you still love me, type thing. But his father was like, hey, there was two of you. Like, and he's like, I'm a time traveler. And of course the father's gonna react that way. Like, why are you telling me stupid shit like that? You're a like dumb. But then he told him something that there's no way he could have known. You know these details before you was born. Okay, that's okay. We're gonna put the pieces of the puzzle together. So let me ask you, like, how did this? Are you happy that they kind of circle back around? Because I didn't think they were. I kind of just think they threw that in there as a joke. But it was actually a good plot point that developed the whole story. So we have that aspect. And also, you don't have to, but you might have answered it before, but are you gay if you have sex with yourself? And the reason I ask, because everybody masturbates with themselves already. We already masturbate with ourselves. So is it the same thing or not? I'm curious, Ty, what you think about all that?
Personally, I felt like that shit was gay. But
okay.
Even if it was myself and myself time travel back to have sex with myself, like I had a gay, I'm not gay. I don't have to be gay. I just had a gay sexual experience with myself.
Gotcha. Did you freeze? Oh, no, yeah, my fault. I was waiting on you to say more. Tell me about the father, though, and the whole.
That's pretty much it. But I was glad that they circled back around to that. I thought it was actually funny. I didn't think it was gonna come up again, and it's just like, nobody give a damn about you being gay, boy. It's two of you.
Yeah. That's he missing them, man. I don't give a F about this, that is kind of funny. Okay. But y'all let us know what you think. Because it was funny and serious all at the same time. And so but yeah, we keep getting these title cards at the bottom. Claire's 20, Henry's 28. This is the first episode that we saw that we get Claire that's older than Henry as well. And just reasons why I don't like Gomez. Where is it at? I just anyway, why was the father so rude to Claire too when they met? Like, what was up with that? That was.
I feel like it was tension, kind of like the same with her family, because they know, like, you must be a special kind of woman. First of all, you're not blonde, because I'm sure he was used to him bringing old Ingrid or whatever her name is around. But it's like, yeah, y'all really about to go through with getting married. You must, want to. It's a lot. You have a lot that you're going to have to deal with and take on to want to marry my son.
Right on. We
And then
also
there's wait a minute, go
go
ahead.
no go ahead
No,
go
I was
ahead.
going to say, and then there's a lot of leftover tension as far as their relationship, their father and son thing, because you see throughout the episode, like it's really strained, and it's just like, oh, we're going to see, like he is not happy. It's like, come on, I'm meeting your dad. We're about to get married. He's like, yeah, we're going to meet my dad.
Right. Yeah, and did you notice his hand shaking when he was trying to pour the champagne in the glass?
Yes.
What I mean, they didn't circle back around to that.
It's nothing. Like I was so like ready for them to really dive because they did it, I guess, kind of when he was the 16 conversation. He's like, I'm just constantly drinking like it's water. And then Henry goes like, okay, yeah, that means I need to cut off. Like first I've been replacing your, vodka with water. I've been drinking too. And it's just we're supposed to kind of get to the severity of how far he's into alcohol. And
hmm
that's why their relationship is that way, but they really didn't do a good job of explaining it, and it just kind of made Henry seem, it wasn't going well. And before we could even get into a moment and just grasp it, he, time travels.
Right. Yeah. And I have nothing to come back with. I just wasn't that enthused. Um, you know, this episode, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, he's teleporting all over the place. I was getting lost and losing track.
Mhm.
They didn't reveal the significance of this box until later on.
Mhm.
They kept holding the pregnancy stuff there. But yeah, Tyra, I'm just not. I mean, it was a lot of it just I don't know. This I mean, the middle of this, the beginning and the end of this episode is
Mhm.
what had the most impact.
Yeah.
And all this stuff in the middle, it was just a bunch of filler. Didn't really
Mhm.
hold that much substance.
Yeah.
Um, Also, Gomez, I get. I mean, do we know the drug dealer that he popped up at?
New
This is the
person.
first new person. Okay, and I mean, it just I even found it interesting the way they do the drugs. It's
Yeah.
just,
See, Gomez just rolled up. He just happened to be there.
yeah. I mean, I,
It
I mean, he's sitting outside on the stoop like this.
yeah.
It's obvious that you don't. This is not your neighborhood. You got people.
Oh, Snickers across the
Yeah,
street.
it's. I don't know. Maybe I'm. Am I finding reasons to complain? It's
No,
just.
it was not a good episode or a good way to end off the show, especially with me myself having seen the movie already. So I was anticipating the whole aspect of the wedding, because they do have in the movie where he's really nervous about him disappearing, and they do have it in the end where he does come back, but an older version of him comes back and the parents are looking like this is a whole gray man. Did he just go upstairs in gray and come back down? But it's very brief. And we also have, of course, the aspect of the baby. So I was anticipating those things happening, but I was hoping that it will be grand. A lot of things that happened in the movie, they expanded and expounded on it so much more in the show. And I just didn't feel like they did that here. It was just too all over the goddamn place.
I actually too thought that Claire killed him at one point in time. When he popped out the house naked, and then he
Mm-hmm.
saw them arguing on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And she threw the wine glass and hit the window. I think in episode 1 or 2 there was a puddle of blood somewhere, but I think that was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, did she murder him? But then again, what was going on with all this right here? This vision that he was
I
having, and it was a bunch of I don't leaves and butterflies, and
I felt like
you
that's
know,
their daughter.
this is their daughter.
I felt like it was their daughter because they do eventually have a daughter. And I think that's what they were hinting at. She was upset this episode because he went through and had the vasectomy after so many miscarriages. But she's like, okay, yeah, he had the miscarriage, the older version of you. You don't have it. So come visit me. So I am anticipating her eventually getting that baby. And I do think that's what we have to look forward to, I guess, in the season to come. But yeah, I thought that was the daughter, and that's why we couldn't really see her clearly, because he looked too young to be Claire, and he wasn't at Claire's home to visit the younger version of Claire. They were at the current home.
Yeah. Yeah, it just it didn't do it for me. Tyra. the 28-year-old version with the 29-year-old version, or I don't know the numbers, what, yeah, 28 and 36, and
Yeah.
he punches a 36-year-old. The 36-year-old disappears and goes to his present day, and he stays there,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
he takes the
I didn't like
drugs.
that.
It just
I
I don't
didn't like the aspect of everybody around them, especially like Claire as well as Henry. Like, oh God, it's supposed to be a big thing that he's not there to. First of all, he made it seem like, oh, you couldn't even get married. I'm like, well, damn, they didn't get married. Like, no, you still got married to me. It just was a different version of me. But the aspect of them being so surprised that, oh, it's an older version. It's the younger version of you. Like, this is what he's done. He's a time traveler. Younger and older versions of himself show up constantly all the time. So why would it be such a drastic, dramatic event for it to happen now? Like, it happens constantly. So I didn't understand the big gripe with, oh Lord, it's not you. It's the I was like, well, yeah, this has happened frequently. So I wasn't as surprised with that. I kept waiting for something more to happen, but I was like, oh, that's really the main thing of the episode. Him not, of course, the older version getting the vasectomy and Claire struggling, constantly having miscarriages, but just him not being there for the wedding and the older version of Henry marrying her. I was like, I just didn't care. It didn't do anything for me.
one thing I was thinking about when I was watching this was, well, first of all, I was thinking that he didn't get married because he teleported away,
Mm-hmm.
at the ceremony.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder how that's going to play out. And I was just starting to thinking to myself, the future, how it's going to play out. So plan accordingly. Why
Mm.
don't y'all just go to the mother effing courthouse and get married, and you don't got to worry about all this.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that, but ceremonies are important to some women more than others, and maybe it was important to Claire here, but I
Yeah.
don't understand. You seem so annoyed
I
about
just
that.
didn't care. Oh,
Yeah,
you want these spoons or like, girl, I want that. Are you sure you want this one? You already knew which one you wanted, so why you call me over here? Like, she wants him to be involved in the planning. It's supposed to be a thing, and I just did not care.
about that. I'm very curious. I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot. I did want to ask you about that when I was watching this, because I completely understand 100% that you would want your fiance to be involved in the process. You just don't want him to be like, yeah, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
However, at the same time, males don't give a damn. Just like, get whatever you want, whatever makes you happy is, whatever you want. I just want to make you happy. And in a sense, that should be enough. I'm not trying to sound ignorant here as well, but it was annoying. I'm just like, he doesn't care. Like, he loves you. Like, stop it. It just,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know why I'm getting so upset with that. And why is that? My mouse is going crazy here. Another thing is, why did they lead us on to believe that, hey, was they going to get married if they was going to get married in the first place? I mean, they were married. Like, it was just different. It was not a big deal. You still could have gotten married to the person in your timeline
I didn't.
eventually,
I didn't think we were going to linger on that for so long because we established first episode, you're my wife. My wife's named Claire. She's always known that she was going to eventually be his wife. So I'm like, we're not going to come here and y'all mysteriously aren't going to marry. Y'all do marry. You're married in the future. So why? I thought it was going to be a grander finale and it wouldn't just be us lingering on the fact, did he get married? And I guess anticipating Claire getting that baby for next season from the younger Henry. I didn't care.
Yeah, my mouse is possessed right now, so I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I hear you. It was I thought about 2 points that I wanted to bring up, but they canceled each other out, and now I can't. I know I could think of one of them, but I want to find the picture for it. And I have to say, it's not just Gomez that I don't like. It is that their relationship is so unrealistic to me. There's no way in hell that you can convince me that Gomez and Henry would ever be friends in real life. That doesn't add up. It's just these. Even if there's something wasn't wrong with Gomez, they still will not be a pair. This was forced to me, and I don't understand why. Gomez is just not realistic in any sense. Like, just nobody acts the way Gomez acts. And I'm trying
Like,
to
open the door. My friend's in there. Open.
yeah. I mean, like even at the end of the episode, I thought, oh God, I thought I had a picture where they was singing and dancing and stuff, and they're celebrating together. And he's like, "Oh yeah, this is my buddy." And I'm like, "Come on,
the
man."
grand reveal of the song "Get Me to the Church on Time." I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. So look, Tyra, let's stop it here. I don't think we both care. And sorry, guys, we watched the wrong show. We should have watched The Man That Fell from Tomorrow. They've been in my comments. B, why are you watching this show? You don't like it. You clearly don't like it.
It was gonna get
Yeah,
better.
yeah. Y'all was right. Y'all was right. We done missed the Lakers show.
Hey, I communicated the
You
Lakers.
told me after the fact, right? I think you told me.
It was like two episodes in, and you was
Really?
like, I still ain't watched it, and week by week it got further and further along.
Okay,
like we missed the boat. You know, everybody gets one, okay?
Yeah. This time it's my fault, y'all. So just okay. So, man, this show started off. They were talking to the camera, recording themselves. I know we both asked the question like, who are they talking to and why?
The kid.
Oh, the kid. Okay, because I was just I don't think that circled back around. I think that's a horrible. The kid.
It's their child because
wait, there was a child in the movie. There was a child in the movie.
There was a child. It's a daughter, which is why I was like that little luminous, situation was a daughter. It took a while because, like she said, she is a time traveler herself, and she kept time traveling out of the womb. But they do eventually have a kid, so I was thinking like it would be big. I guess it's better to go into this not having seen the movie. Because I felt a lot of the plot points, coming already, and I was like, oh, this is when they get married. I wonder if an older version is that, and those things do take place, but I expected more from the show, especially with this being the last episode.
I also wish they would have. I mean, I want to say I wish it would have made more sense with time traveling, like it's a real thing, like you can really do it. Like I was gonna say, I wish you could be more realistic with the time travel, but that doesn't make sense because, I mean, they proved in a theory that you can travel to the future, but not the past. So I guess in the sense anyway, y'all know what I'm trying to say. But I wanted more rules.
Got the house.
Yeah, I wanted more rules as far as time travel because I really want like a super geek nerd to watch all these episodes and draw a timeline to see if it makes sense as far as this Henry popping to this year to this year and talking to
if
there will be some collapse.
It doesn't.
It don't. And I want it. I know, but I know there's some geek out there that will break it down. Well, see, in this scene, and it crashes the timeline, and it don't make sense.
It was too much. It'll be a cold day before I ever want to see Henry's ass walking around naked again. Like I just was exhausted with it. He's throwing up and then he's zooming, and it was supposed to be kind of building up and getting us, so invested. Like, oh, I just can't get a grasp on the time zone and get my footing, and I'm supposed to get married. It was supposed to be so heightened, and I was like, what? All right. I mean,
yeah. Shit. I'm trying to okay. I'm trying to bring up this right here that we should have covered. And give me 2 seconds. Yeah, this is the show.
I was gonna say it better not be Henry's them random feet standing in the street.
No, we're done with that. This is a show we should have talked about.
What is this?
You ain't heard of this?
I have not. The man who fell to earth. No, I have not.
Hold on, Tower. Yeah, everybody be like, all in my comment section.
Really?
Yeah. Why are you not talking about the man who fell from earth? It's so good. It's black people. Y'all will like it. It's so good. Y'all talking about the time traveler's wife? That show you don't even like it. But yeah. So this is you know who Chiwetel Ejiofor is, right?
Yes.
Okay, and also Naomi. I forgot her name. Naomi
Harris.
Yeah, Naomi Harris. They're the 2 main cast.
Oh, good actors.
Yeah. And everybody's telling me how great it is, and they're mad at me that we didn't cover the show.
How long has it been on?
It started April, so I guess they're at the end or the middle of the season. I mean, if you want to, we can still do it and just take our time since it already came out. But before we go on, let's just wrap this up. Do you have any? We just.
Yeah, let's just forget this show.
You got any final thoughts for the time traveler's wife?
I I expected more. I would if another season come out, I'll give it a chance to see that, because there are some really interesting prospects of what could happen, and because it started off well, but I feel like the last definitely the last two episodes were not anything special for me. I was very disappointed with this finale.
Yeah. I have to agree with you, Tyra. I don't want to say that. I don't know if I want to go as far as saying this was a waste of time. But I did not expect this. I thought we was gonna have much more because it's. I was so intrigued with the first episode. I'm like, oh shit, okay, yeah, time travel, but it's more of a romance type thing. And the show wasn't just horrible. I'm pretty sure there's some people out there that loved it, but it just it could have been better. We had high expectations, and it just wasn't for us. So, guys, if we hurt your feelings, hey, it is what it is. We're sorry, but we got to be honest. But that is our recap review for the Time Traveler's Wife, the final episode. I believe it's gonna be funny if there's episode 7 coming, but I think this is it right here. And so that is going to wrap it up for this show right here. And so again, let us know what you think down below in the comment section. And I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen the first episode. If you just want me to check it out myself, let me know. I will, and I may. I might
I'm
make
gonna
one
check it out. You
yeah.
talked it up. It looks all interesting in the trailer. You've been holding this show all in the wraps.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about it. I know we pressed for time, but
yeah,
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But before we head out of here, Tyra, let the good people know what you got going on your channel, and because it's
throwbacks and more throwbacks. A couple of contemporary things here and there. Definitely more contemporary as far as TV. But when we get into movies, nobody ever requests, anything recent. Everybody always wants me to discuss the goodie but oldies and all that other good stuff. But like I said, The Last Dragon should be coming down the pipeline. B is excited for that one.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And, of course, my P Valley. I just did Kingdom Come. I believe you stopped by and watched good old High Tension.
I did from beginning to end. Yeah.
Yes. There's always some good stuff on the channel. Come by, please.
Already. And guys, follow on Instagram too, because y'all, she puts a lot of work in her get up. She does costumes. She dressed up as Edward Scissorhands the other day. She had doing all the, not just dressing up and looking at the camera like, hey, I'm Edward. She was doing the moves that he was doing better than him. You know what I'm saying? So I was really impressed. Like, look at this woman over here.
I have to that was really kind of some scraps from because I was like, I just think I want to discuss Edward Scissorhands because people love to pay for certain movies, and I just wanted to do a Tim Burton film, and I did not finish it. I was like, maybe if I post this, that'll give me some allure to want to actually do the video.
You never finished the movie?
No, I finished. Of course, I finished the movie. I didn't finish the video of me discussing Edward Scissorhands. I think I might want to do that now.
yeah, that's a classic right there, man.
Yeah.
Did you see that when you was a little girl or when you was much older?
Oh, I was a little girl.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's when most people saw it. Well, I'm trying to say. Well, on my channel, guys, not much. I got me and Larry. We did a trailer reaction for the final trailer for Nope. I know me and Tyra were talking about that. We discussed earlier we may have to do a spoiler review. Lightyear in the last week's episode of my Movie News Roundup show. I will say what I'm going to do another one, but by the time you see this video, that date time will already pass. So never mind. Well, guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that I'm B. Avery, and that's Tyra, and that's just our opinion. Peace out, and we'll see you next time.